It's your boy Mel. Welcome to Co-op Kennel, everybody. Today, this is the puppy's first meal. These puppies are approximately 21 days old. So I decided, hey, let me just keep putting a bowl of food in here to make these guys decide if they want to eat or not. Now, despite what a lot of people think, a lot of people like to take and mix the dog food up, grind up a bunch of stuff, and add a whole bunch of stuff to it. So right now I'm going to show you what we're feeding these guys. We're breeding them, feeding them Blue Buffalo puppy food. It has DHA and ARA. I don't know what that is. And a unique blend of small bites. So, this is a puppy food that you can find at most grocery stores. So, you know, today's the guys, this is their first meal. What I'm doing is I'm just putting it in there. And I'm letting whoever sense it and go to it. So what I've done, I just put a little warm water in there from out of the faucet. No hot water. Boiled. We don't have any meat. We don't have anything ground up. No oatmeal. We used to put oatmeal and eggs and do all this stuff. But now we just... Now I just put the water in the bowl and let them do their thing. Because the number one thing these puppies need is liquids. It's water. Because I actually had some puppies and I would feed them and feed them and feed them and I just really didn't think about it. I realized, oh, these puppies are dehydrated. They're thirsty. So let's try to see who we can get in this bowl. Give them a little help. See, they can smell, they have noses. And they're curious. Nobody really wants to get in this bowl. Their teeth haven't come in all the way. Oh well, they don't seem to be too interested in the bowl. They seem more interested in each other. So I guess without further ado, I will give this bag of dog food a review. So here we have Blue Buffalo puppy formula. Let's go to the ingredients. We have deboned chicken, chicken meal, brown rice, oatmeal, barley, fish meal. So first thing you'll notice is deboned chicken. Then you'll see chicken meal. So deboned chicken contains a lot of water, but it's a good ingredient. And then chicken meal is basically ground up pieces of chicken. Bone, cartilage, everything like that. That provides cartilage, which is like DHA and different things like that. Then you have brown rice, which is a pretty good grain. And then you have oatmeal and barley, which are also good grains. Then you have fish meal. Fish meal is really good. Don't know what source of fish meal it is. Then you have pea protein. For some reason, but that's like kind of weird to me because you got chicken meal and chicken. Why do you need pea protein in there? Then you have flaxseed, DHA. Okay, we got somebody. You see that? Oh, that food fell in the cage, but that's okay. This is the blue dog. This is her first meal. But basically, this dog food is fairly good. It's a fairly good dog food because it basically contains some fish and some chicken. I'm not sure about the pea protein. I'm not a fan of that, but hey, protein, boost of protein isn't bad. So we got another guy in here. First time in here. And like I said, I don't grind the food up. I don't do all that. I just put it in there. Get out. And I let nature take its course. As you can see, he zeroed right in. This is his first time seeing food, seeing a bowl. I got that bowl firmly planted under those pig rails. So I don't have to worry about if they're going to, spill the bowl over, and plus they're sitting on some plastic if they also do. So let's, without any further ado, this will be a little quick review because it's getting late at night. So it's fairly low protein, 27%, fairly low on the fat, 16%. And let's see what the calories are. I don't see the calories on this. Let's see here. Maybe it's on the other side. 400 calories. As I call it, calories per cup, which is pretty high. So that's pretty nutritious for puppies. So these puppies are drinking some milk right now. They've been draining their mother. But what I've done now is I take her out at night, and out of there, and I leave them in here alone by themselves so that they can just learn to eat and be alone, because it's a technique I learned from another guy from another kennel that teaches me some stuff, and we always share knowledge with each other. Basically, it's good to take the puppies off the females kind of early, because when you have large litters, large dogs, they'll suck your female dry. So it's kind of best to just let them feed once a day. At this point, I mean, you see the size of them, they're huge. Their stomachs are big enough. Like I said, look at that chocolate dog right there. You don't have to do a whole lot, with these dogs. As far as the food goes, just put a little warm water in the bowl. And let me show you guys, actually tell you guys what this allows to happen. This allows them to get their moisture that they need, which is the number one thing they need. Because they could be going to eat food, but they're soaking up moisture. They're trying to go for food, but they don't necessarily know to eat water. Because when they go to eat, they're looking for something moist and wet and warm. That's like their mother's nipples and their milk. So this allows them to get, like some gravy and water, because they're basically dehydrated, because they're dependent on one dog to give them all the nutrients they need, which is almost impossible. So when you mix the food up, they're not necessarily going to say, okay, now thanks for this mixture, let me go now and drink some water. No, they're going to gobble up all of the food that they can. And what's going to happen is they basically can become dehydrated because they don't have the correct levels of water. Also, grinding up all that food dirties up a grinder, dirties up the kitchen. It's extra stress that you don't need to put on yourself. All you need to do is put some warm water in the bowl. This is their first meal, first time seeing the food, really. They know what it is. See that blue dog's going in, she's sucking the gravy. So what I'm going to do is pour a little bit more warm water in there. That way they can get more moisture out of this situation, which is like key, because you will dehydrate before you die of starvation. So they can go in there and get their hydration up, which is more important than food. See, this is a little secret for you guys. So they can get their hydration levels up. And then when they are hungry, if they feel like they are hungry, they go in back and eat the food. Also, what this means is the food may be hard now, but after it sits in that water for a while, it'll get moist. The only two setbacks with this type of method of feeding is, one, they can drink too much water and get a little bit watery poop. Or two, they can smush the food up in the bowl and then they can't really get it because it kind of moistened it up. So it is kind of still a good idea to grind food up. But if you're a puppy master like myself and you're working and you're doing other things, you don't have time to be grinding up food and doing all this stuff. Dogs in the wild don't eat grinded food. They don't eat dog food. They just eat meat. So I just put this food in here and look, voila, they eat. Also, I want to say this bag of dog food is like $40 for 15 pounds. It's very expensive. So just think about that. When you're trying to sell puppies or rehome puppies, people don't want to pay you the money that things are worth. They just want to give you, basically next to nothing if they can. People don't necessarily care about the work that you put into something. They just want the cheapest, lowest possible price. That's why those kind of cheap people don't get good relationship with people, and they also end up with an inferior product. So this your boy Mal from Co-op Kennels, just giving you a little different perspective on how to feed a dog. I mean, as you can see, everybody's getting that moisture, and next thing they're going to do is eat that food up. So I'm gonna put a little bit more moisture in there, and that'll be it. Warm water, not hot water. I'm not mixing any oatmeal, not mixing any eggs. I'm just giving it to them like that. Not saying you can't, not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying you don't have to. We out.